back again. We got so excited with our Monday Live that we missed a really, really fantastic question, right? So we thought we would come back live and answer the question live and make sure that the person who posted it can see this as well, because it's actually a really great question, right, Sarah?
A really good question, and thank you so much. And sorry, we had just finished, and then we were like, oh, we missed a brilliant question. Let's get back on and let's answer that question. So we're back again. So Rebecca, would you read, have you got the question there? Would you read it?
Yeah, I do, right?
Thank
So the
you.
question, oh, where is it? Where is it? Okay. So the question says, how did you cope and bounce back when your initial purpose-led business didn't work out? And the
Yeah.
second part of this question is, how did you protect your confidence and your mental health? So I think let's go for the first part. How did you cope and bounce back when your initial purpose-led business didn't work out?
Yeah. So really, really, really good question. Sometimes we try things and we're really passionate and we know that it's the right thing. And for whatever reason, things don't work out. And the first thing that I would say, we're both NLP practitioners and neuro-linguistic programming, and there's what we call there's a saying in NLP, which is there's no such thing as failure, only feedback.
Yeah.
And that really it really is quite hard when you're in that position where you're like, oh, this hasn't worked out, and oh, I'm going to have to take a step back and I'm going to have to regroup, and it hurts. But when you know that there's no such thing as failure, failure is always there to teach us something. And if we can look, and Rebecca is absolutely brilliant at this, I have to say, Rebecca loves failure.
I love
it. Yeah. Oh, you've got a brilliant growth mindset. You've got a brilliant failure.
Yeah.
You're always like, okay, but what's the learning? What's the learning? And that is just the best attitude to have. So there's no such thing as failure, only feedback. So what can we learn from this? That's tough, isn't it? It's tough to find that resilience to do that. But
It's
if you
so
can,
hard.
it's powerful.
I got that from my dad, Sarah, right? Like it was like there's no failure. Like that wasn't even an option when I was growing up. And you know, sometimes it's really, really hard because you really do go, oh my gosh, I've really failed.
Yeah.
But it's like, okay, if it's a test paper or if it's a business or whatever it is, like again, what have you learned so that you can do it better next time?
Yeah.
If you want to as well, because
Yeah.
sometimes we fail as a lesson to ourselves to go, actually, that wasn't right for us.
Yeah.
And sometimes we fail to go, actually, I really love that and I really want to continue that. But how can I continue it and do better?
Yeah.
So how did we cope and bounce back, Sarah? Yeah, like exactly what you're saying. We failed, we learned, we tried again, we tweaked. You know, we kept on going and we asked questions as well. That's one thing that was really key for us, is asking questions. We did a lot of surveys and asking people, like, what do you want? What, you know, what do you spend your budget on, for example? When do you spend budgets? When we were working with schools, it was quite important for us to really figure out who the decision makers were and get our timings right on certain things. When we launched masterclasses or webinars, you remember that? We launched a webinar, I think, and it was like not the right timing.
Yes.
And then the next time we launched that webinar was the one that we got over 100 signups for.
Yeah.
And then we launched another thing, and I think we messed up on our timers again then because we forgot about the learning that we had. So yeah, do you know what? Fail, keep failing, keep learning, keep getting up, and realizing actually if it's for you. And the next part to this question is really, really important as well, because it's, how did you protect your confidence and your mental health?
Again, really, really great question. And I think one thing that we get in terms of confidence, this does relate to mental health as well, actually, because it's to do with resilience. How we protected it is by, yes, looking at the failure and looking at the learning from that, but also by celebrating every single step forward, even if it's just a tiny, tiny step forwards. And one thing that we encourage our one-to-one clients to do is to keep a diary, keep a journal of what are my wins today, or what things have I done well today, even if they're really, really tiny, because it's a very good way of building your resilience. And in our Catalyst membership, every single week we come on and we celebrate our Friday wins and what we have learned from the week as well. And by celebrating the progress, always looking back, look at how far I've come in the last 6 months, the last 6 years, whatever it is. And by looking at that, then it's okay, because then you can see failure in the context that it is, which is just a bump in the road. It's just a blip, but I'm not going to let it stop me. I'm going to pick myself up. I'm going to regroup, and we're going to persevere again.
And you're really good at this. This is a compliment to you, right? Because you will go, yeah, that's a really good win. And I'll be like, oh, yeah, it is. And there are times where, because you're so in the moment and in flow, that you forget all of the amazing things you've accomplished, even the small things. And, you know, Sarah and I are guilty of this, because we go, go, go. And it's actually enough for us to pause and really reflect on the things that we've achieved, the things that we've accomplished, no matter how big, no matter how small. I think my one for this is, how did you protect your confidence and mental health? I think in terms of confidence, it was looking at the people that we've worked with and seeing what impact we've had from them. So I'm really quite passionate about obtaining like customer feedback, client feedback, hearing from them how, you know, we've done, how we've delivered, and again using that to tweak and improve and develop as we go along. But obtaining that was really good for my confidence, because it was evidence from somebody else other than me, other than you, other than our partner, our husband, our children, our family. It was someone that, you know, wasn't linked to us in any way. And I think that's really, really powerful, getting testimonials.
Yeah, I love that. I love that. And one more thing to add, I would say, is that one thing I always used to say to parents and children when I was in teaching is to say that progress is rarely linear. You know, so we imagine that progress is going to be like this linear kind of straight line where we start here and we go up to here, and it's all going to happen with kind of, you know, incremental progress. And of course, it's not. Learning isn't like that. We go up a bit, we plateau, we dip a bit, go up a little bit more, plateau, dip a bit. That's how it goes. And it's exactly the same in business, that sometimes we make that kind of, you know, make that progress, and sometimes we hit a bump. And actually, I'm thinking about friends and people that we know who have started businesses and then for whatever reason have said, actually, no, I need more consistent income. I'm not ready to do this yet. I'm going to either take on a job to supplement my income, or I'm going to go back into employment for a while. There's absolutely no shame in doing that. It's all, you know, it's all a journey, because every decision that we make like that, we learn, and then we regroup, and we come back again, and we come back stronger. So I think that's another thing because sometimes I think when we look at people from the outside, it looks like it's all been really straightforward and you've been really successful. We see so much of that on social media. I made 6 figures in 6 weeks and all of that stuff. And it's just not, it's not authentic. It's not how it really goes.
I love that. Oh, that's good. So I hope that's answered the question. The first question was, how do we cope and bounce back when our initial purpose-led business didn't work out? And the second part to that was, how did we protect our confidence and our mental health? So definitely catch that on a replay if you're joining in now. And yeah, that's it from us. I think that's it. That's it for a Monday motivation from Sarah and I.
Absolutely. Yeah.
We will see you all very, very soon. Love to you all.
Thanks for joining, guys. Take care. Bye-bye.